TMS. All right, so we use LoadOps TMS software, which is also a app for the drivers on the phone and tablets. And so I'm also working off my iPad here. And so I make sure that I find software and work with software that is mobile. I can work anywhere across the world and make sure I can get the job done. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to go ahead and add a load and show you how the TMS software works and show you, how easy it is. Right? We're gonna pick something out of here that has that's easy to upload real quick so you guys can see. I'm gonna take an Uber load here, and so this is what happens when you use load ops. You'll be able to click on that, click on your drag and drop, and put your load in. It automatically reads it. It reads that PDF and also puts in the information. So with this one, I'm going to add the word test. So it takes the reference numbers and make sure it can't be duplicated. So added the word test. So go ahead and select my factoring company for payment. Reason why that happens, it goes on the invoice. So it's automatically showed. So if you had different factoring companies, you could add those factoring companies information and it'll go on the invoice, the payables too. So with this, it loads up all the information automatically. So it knows that it picks up in Niagara bottling, and so it adds the information in San Antonio. We'll scroll down here, any pickup numbers. The pickup number for this one is, let's see, it is probably on the next page here. It's right here. So let me go 344-29964. So you want to make sure everything is right. Usually, if the software does not read the PDF, you will transfer every piece of information from your Raycon over to here, to your TMS, so you can have the same thing sent over to your drivers. So the way that you set the parameters up, our drivers do not get to see the Raycon, so it doesn't allow them to see the Raycon, so we make sure that we give them all the information. And I'll show you the cool thing that it does for the drivers, by the way. So let's see here. I'm gonna drop off. This drop off information is where here, Houston. It already knows staple. Well, this is a staple DC. It needs to make sure they say DC. Saying van, it was a van load. The rate for that was $430. To go 100 and I want to say 60 miles. So when you add this load here, this is what happens. You'll see it pop up over here as available. It's now in the system. If I assign it to a driver, I get emails, I get text messages of any time a load has been, any document or load that has been added into the system. Also, when a load is complete, I get a text or email, however I set it up. So I can have dispatchers across the world doing work, and anytime paperwork is done or loads are done, I automatically get a text message and an email of the statuses. So not only do the brokers get the text message and emails of the status of the loads, I get them too. So I can get them too, and I can set parameters for anybody to get them, and so on. So the next thing we're going to do is assign a driver. So I'm going to assign a driver here. See, look, I got an email from that's Uber, just telling me that they validated a load. Probably this same load that I'm uploading. So, all right. So when I add a driver, let's say this driver here, Cameron Harder, it says $447. I'm gonna tell you why it says $447. The software is very, very smart. So whatever his last load was, it's reading from its last load. So it's gonna read from whatever last load that is assigned. So as this is a test, it's showing that he's gonna get $447.85. Well, now we know that that's not correct, but it's showing his empty, his empty deadhead moves and trips. So it calculates everything up from its last load to how much it's going to pay. So if you was to sign this load to him, this is how much money he would make off of this particular load. So, and that's because it adds his deadhead and or his actual rate for driving. So when I pick Darius, it shows 365. Now when you pick me, it shows 417. So different rates, different sets of people, different parameters, different locations. It reads everything. It's really great, right? So I'm just gonna hit plan. And actually, I'm gonna cancel. I'm gonna cancel this load here. But that is how it works on the back end. On the driver side, they're gonna get a whole different version. And I'll show you guys how that looks later on. I just wanted to show you how the TMS software works and how easy it is to actually get it going. I'll do one more thing here. We'll go to finance. The finance tabs, as it says, it shows no data at all. All right, so when I go here and I sign a driver, let's just go ahead and, I don't want to confuse Cameron, but let's go ahead and get him signed up. And we'll take it off there. Let's see. All right, now I go to finance, hit the finance tab. It's going to tell me all the information on why this is so much. All right, so go hit driver, Cameron Harden. See, he only would have made $94.20 loaded. But deadhead is 642 miles. That's him coming from Alabama. So 642 miles after his last stop, that is, that's what he gets paid. So he gets paid 55 cents, empty, 60 cent loaded. And so he does that calculation, and that's what made it that, whatever that rate was. So let's go back here. I go back to route and remove him from being assigned to this load. And now he's successfully unassigned. Let's go over here and delete the load and end our day.
Okay, no way, you hate it. Okay, you say it, I'm shining 1 million.